Top 5 passive income ideas for 2020. That's what I'm going to be sharing with you guys here today. If you're new here, I am Jeremy. This is the Financial Education Channel. And today I'm going to be sharing with you guys some ways that you can make passive income in 2020. And I'm not just going to throw 5 ideas at you and let you run with that. I'm going to tell you some tips on how you can make this the most efficient money possible so you can make as much passive income as you possibly can in 2020, which passive income is a journey I started on in about 2015, 2016, and I gotta say, it is a game changer financially for you. When you start making some passive income, it is incredible, okay? So I hope you guys really enjoy this video. I'm gonna give out a lot of value here today. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button and let me know in the comments section how you want to make passive income in 2020. My goal is with these 5 ideas, there's at least 1, if not 2 of these that you want to actually start building up and actually build a passive income stream in 2020. So that is my goal, okay? So for those of you guys that might not know that much about passive income, you might be a little new, let me explain in less than 60 seconds like the easiest way possible, okay? It's essentially you create a product, you create a service, or you make money from an asset or your actual cash. Somehow you make money, you do something with it, which are the 5 things we're going to get into in this video here today in regards to passive income. And these things end up producing you out more money. But the best part is, once these things are created, you have to put in minimal to no effort. And that's what truly makes it passive income versus an active income, which is like, let's say you got a job, you're like a manager at Walmart, right? You got to go in there 40 hours a week, you got to put in your 40 hours, and that's active income. You make a paycheck off of this. This is you do something in the past, or you made some money in the past, or you had an asset or something like that to create a product or service, and these things go ahead and produce you out a ton of cash flow, and you basically put in minimal to no effort. Passive income is absolutely amazing, and that's why I'm going to be sharing with you guys the top 5 passive income ideas I have for 2020. Hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's get into it. Alrighty guys, way number 1 out of the 5 on how you can build passive income in 2020 is around taking advantage of an asset that a lot of you guys out there own. And remember, I told you guys I'm going to share some around building from an asset, some off of building from cash money, and some if you don't have any money at all, you can make passive income, okay? This first one's an asset related one, okay? So essentially, a lot of people, and some of you guys watching this right now, you might own a home in which one of the bedrooms is basically not used at all. What you can go ahead and do is nowadays with Airbnb, you can go ahead and rent out that room on basically a daily basis, and you can actually make some passive income from basically that room. Okay? All you basically do is have to post that room up there on Airbnb's website, okay, and keep the room looking nice overall, and you can rent out that room, and depending on where you live, rooms are going to go for very different rates. You might be able to make $20 or $30 a night from renting out that room. There are some places where you can make $100 plus every single night, depending on where you live. You know, cities like San Francisco, New York City, some of the very expensive places to live, you can make a lot of money from just renting out a room on a daily basis, because some people, it might actually be much cheaper for somebody to rent a room in your house than if they stayed at a hotel, and some people actually prefer doing something like that, okay? So you can go ahead and rent out a room, an extra room. Like for instance, in my house, we have an extra room that is basically never used, and it has a nice bed set up. I could easily rent out that room on a daily basis. The other option you could do is basically rent that room out for a 1 to 3 month lease. Now, why not like a 6 to 12 month? Well, the thing is, let's think about it. If you're living in the same household as somebody you're going to be renting a room from, you generally don't want to do a 6 or 12 month lease. And the reason being is you have to get along with that person. What if you guys don't see eye to eye? Things like that. That's not an ideal situation, especially when you're renting to a stranger. You don't necessarily want to have somebody that's tied up in a lease, because legally binding, like even if you guys don't get along, they still can live there for as long as that lease remains, okay? So if you want to do a little longer term out, do a 1 to 3 month, to stay away from 6 to 12 month, unless you're renting out a property, which is another way of making passive income. Unless you're renting out an overall house or a condo or something like that you are not living in, then you can do 6 month, 12 month, 18 months lease. But if you're actually in the same household, in the same condo or something like that, don't do a long-term one, in my personal opinion, okay? So that's how you can take advantage of maybe an asset you might own, like a condo or home or something like that. Another one is renting out your car on an app like Turo, okay? Essentially, cars sit idle on average about 23 hours of the day, meaning those cars are doing them no good. And when you really think about this, you really realize how much of a waste of money kind of having a car is, because you basically are almost never using it. Like 23 hours out of the 24-hour day, those cars sit idle. Well, at least if you can take advantage of something like this, your car can make you some money, can make you some passive income, and who knows, maybe you can even make enough passive income that the car can actually pay for itself. So imagine you have, let's say you have a $350 car payment you have to make each month, right? If you're only using that car, 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day, and the rest of the time, other folks can use those cars and you can make rental money off that, renting that car out to them. Essentially, you're in a situation then that car could maybe pay for itself, or you could actually make profit and actually make true passive income for basically other people that need a car for a day, and they just rent out your car maybe for a few hours or something like that, and you can dictate when that car is rented out, when it's not rented out, because you know when you're going to use it. And this is a huge thing, guys. I remember I said I had an extra bedroom. Man, I could be making even more passive income. It's like, I got an extra car. I got an Alfa Romeo 2018 Stelvio, and I probably use that thing once a week, maybe less than once a week. And I'm sure a lot of other people would love to drive that car around, and I could make rental money off of those people driving the car around, okay? So if you have some assets around, an extra bedroom, or you have an asset like a car that you're hardly using, which is most folks out there, those are definitely some ways you can make some tremendous amounts of passive income, okay? Let's get into way number 2 out of these 5 and how you can make passive income in 2020. Alrighty, way number 2 out of these 5 on how you can make passive income. This one, you don't need any money behind you. You don't need any assets or anything like this. You can literally use your smartphone if you want. Smartphone cameras are unbelievable nowadays. And this is starting a YouTube channel and making YouTube videos. And it surprises me that a lot of people still don't know that you can actually make money from YouTube videos, okay? Like, as a content creator, you make money from YouTube videos. How do you make money? Well, there are ads that play during your videos, okay? Either during your videos or at the beginning or at the end of your videos. And when those ads play, you, the creator, you get half that money. Basically, essentially, let's say an advertiser was paying, 10 cents for that advertising spot or something like that. You get 5 cents and YouTube gets 5 cents. And I know it sounds like really, really small amounts of money, but the more and more views you get, the more and more those dollars can start adding up. And next thing you know, you start making $5 a day from YouTube, then $10, $20, $50, $100, okay? And then eventually, if you're successful at YouTube, you can get to a place where you don't even have to do anything else. You could just do YouTube videos. That's a place I got to. I first reached that around the end of 2017 into like 2018. I made a decision that I was doing a real estate marketing company I had, and that was taking up so much time that I was like, I need to just focus on YouTube, and that's exactly what I did there. And so basically, anytime ads play, you make money. So can you make money from YouTube? Absolutely, okay? Now I have some advice. As somebody that's built on YouTube and whatnot and has 2 YouTube channels, I can tell you kind of how to go about doing this, all right? One is you want to niche down your channel. Make it very focused. Some people think they hear about, oh, I can make passive income from YouTube. And by the way, if you think like the only way you can get views is like a video come out with that day, and so you're constantly putting in work, it's not true. If I look at the majority of views my channel gets in a given day, it's actually videos I produced months ago, weeks ago, sometimes even years ago. Videos I created a long time ago still bring me in money every single day, and that's the great thing about YouTube, because a lot of these videos, they still get recommended to folks even if they're a year old or something like that, and you can continue to make passive income. So niche down your channel, focus it around something. Some people, they think about, oh, I'll make passive income from YouTube. Well, okay, you can, but you want to niche down your channel. Don't try to do everything. Some people think like, just want to do everything or something like that. Niche it down, make it specific, that if you want the audacity to like think that somebody's gonna like pay attention to you, and they're gonna hit that subscribe button, and they're gonna watch your videos, they gotta know what they're coming for at the end of the day, okay? They gotta know there's consistency here, otherwise you'll lose those folks overall. So as far as like myself personally, 99% of the videos I create are either around stock market investing or passive income, and the majority of them are around stock market investing. So if people come to my channels, they know Jeremy's going to talk about something going on in the stock market today, or give us a tip, or he's going to talk about something he's investing in, something stock market related. And if he's not talking about that, he's going to be talking about something passive income related. So people know if they're coming to my channel, they're subscribing here, they're watching out for my videos and whatnot, that's what they're coming here to do. You want to niche down your channel. So let's say you want a cooking channel, right? Make it about some specific items you want to cook. Do you want to cook more like sweets? Are you getting into like baking? Or are you going to focus more on like pasta dishes or like Mexican food? Or what is going to be your specific thing that you focus on, okay? Try to niche down your channel the most possible so you can still have enough content to consistently produce content, but at the same time where people know if they're coming to your channel, they know what they're coming to get, not just a bunch of randomness or something like that. People don't like that. Those channels generally don't do good, okay? The channels that do good are channels that, you know, people know what they're coming for day in and day out, unless they just love that creator so much or something like that, and that's very few and far between, okay? So when it comes to YouTube and making passive income from YouTube, a couple things you got to talk about. And by the way, I heard a number recently. It was something like there's 10,000 or more YouTube creators now that make 6 figures plus a year, okay? So don't think it's just a few people having success at this. It's mass quantities of people. And I heard something like there's over 100,000 YouTubers that make over $1,000 a month from YouTube, okay? So don't think like this is just for like some famous YouTubers or something. That's the only place of money. No, the famous ones are making like tens of millions, if not, you know, more than that from YouTube. But as a smaller creator, you can still make $1,000 a month, if not a few $1,000s a month, and you know, feed your family with that, okay? So 2 ways you can go about it. You can go about it in the quantity game, or you can go about it in the viral game. So you can either focus on, you're going to produce a lot of videos, meaning almost daily uploads or every other day uploads, or you can go about it and you're like, you know, it takes a week to produce a video and you're trying to get a viral smash. Both have, you know, good things and bad things. Quantity game, you got to put out a lot of content constantly, okay? And this is exactly what my strategy has always been on YouTube. I'm always trying to produce a lot of content. I'm not afraid to kill off videos, meaning, you know, if a video came out yesterday, I'm coming out with another one today, and it's going to be on another interesting subject or something like that. I'm all about putting out the quantity. I'm all about filming in one take. I don't like, it doesn't take me like 6 hours to film a video like some folks that might be focusing more on trying to get that viral video. And the viral videos can be amazing because if you can get something to go viral and you get 1 million views, 2 million views, 3 million views, that can bring in tons of money and it can bring in tons of new subscribers versus maybe somebody that's going after quantity there. Those things aren't just getting fed out to the algorithms or something like that. However, with the viral game, it is a risk because imagine you put in, you know, 5 days into a video, a week into a video and trying to create a viral video and it just doesn't hit. Unfortunately, that's a tough spot to be in because you put in so much time. A quantity game, if it takes you 3-4 hours to produce a video and it's not a smash hit, oh well, okay, it's not the end of the world. However, if you're trying to create a viral video and you put a week of work into that, and maybe you spend some money on doing some different things to get that video to try to go viral and it doesn't go viral, it's just a huge letdown, okay? So creating YouTube videos can be a phenomenal way, just off the ad money alone that you can make from YouTube, a phenomenal way to make passive income because these videos continue to get viewed into the future, especially as long as you keyword them right and things like that and you tag title them right. These can get views for a long time in the future and it can pull passive income in for a long time in the future. Like if I didn't do another YouTube video for like the next, let's say I took a year off from YouTube, my views would absolutely go down on the channel, but I would still make, you know, probably thousands of dollars every single month just from the backlog of videos I put out over time. And so that's the wonderful thing about YouTube is you can absolutely make some passive income, okay? So that was way number 2 out of 5 on how you can make passive income in 2020. Let's get into number 3. Alrighty guys, way number 3 out of these 5 on how you can make passive income in 2020 and moving into future years is basically by buying dividend paying stocks. So essentially there are a lot of stocks out there that pay you out dividend money, meaning essentially you buy into their stock and they're gonna pay you dividends every 3 months just for owning that stock. So part of their earnings basically goes back to you as shareholder as a company. As a shareholder of the company, you're part owner of the business, which means you get part of those earnings that come out every single 3 months, okay? Which is a beautiful, beautiful thing in regards to dividend stocks, okay? Because super popular companies, I just put some super popular ones up there. Pretty much every single one of you guys watch this video will know these all pay dividends, okay? Apple, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Walmart, McDonald's, Starbucks, Home Depot. We could go through a whole host of companies that are super popular companies that almost every single one of you guys watching this video right now know, okay? Those companies all pay out dividends, okay? And it's a great way. It's a great way to make passive income. And it's one of the ways I make passive income pretty much every single month because I own a lot of different stocks that pay me out dividends. And I go ahead and I reinvest those dividends so I make even more dividend money in the future, and it just builds and builds and builds, okay? So essentially a lot of these companies pay dividends every 3 months, okay? There are some stocks that pay dividends every month. There's some stocks that pay it once a year, but the majority of stocks you'll come across in a lot of these big companies, they're gonna pay you out dividend money to your brokerage account every 3 months, which by the way, if you want to buy into these stocks, you have to buy through like somebody like a Robinhood app or Fidelity Investments, TD Ameritrade, something like that. All those ones now provide essentially trading for free, meaning that you don't have to pay commission. You used to have to pay commission every time you bought or sold a stock. You used to have to usually pay a $5 to $10 commission. Now, even if you were to buy a couple $100 worth, you don't even have to pay a trade commission there. So you get to buy those shares and just put in the money there and start making that dividend money, okay? So let me give you some tips now for some upfront work you're gonna have to do for basically buying these dividend stocks. As with all things in passive income, you have to put in some upfront work and then it starts to make you a lot of money, okay? I can't cover everything here. You know, if you wanna know exactly what to look for in stocks, check out my Becoming Master of the Stock Market course, okay? But I got you some good tips here, okay? One is you wanna make sure you're buying a business that you understand. If you don't fully understand it, don't buy it. Don't, and this just goes for everybody watching this, don't ever buy into an investment unless you fully understand what is going on there, okay? So unless you fully understand what goes on with Apple, how Apple makes money, like don't buy Apple stock, okay? But if you fully understand Apple, then we move on to the next step, okay? Make sure you like the business and make sure it's a business that you believe will do well in the future, okay? Let's say you're gonna buy into Walmart stock. Tell me why Walmart stock is going to be a good stock over the next 5 to 10 years. Why do you believe Walmart will continue to do good in the future? If you're going to buy into McDonald's stock, tell me why you believe McDonald's is going to do good over the next 5, 10 years, okay? You can find out a lot of this information to get that belief through basically a company's investor relations page, which you just go onto the Google app and you can type in like Apple Investor Relations. And boom, right there, their investor relations page will come up. You can read into their annual report, which will tell you a ton about the business, exactly how much they're making in profits, how much they're making in revenue, their gross margins, why the business is going to do well in the future based upon what management thinks, why it's going through some struggles or whatever. You can find out all that information to figure out if you believe in that company or you don't believe in that company, okay? Number 2 tip I have for you in regards to buying dividend stocks and trying to make passive income there is basically make sure it's a dividend yield over 2%. If it's not a dividend yield over 2%, then you might as well just put your money in a savings account or something like that. If you're buying for dividend reasons, make sure the dividend yields are over 2%, okay? Very, very important, okay? Payout ratio, make sure the payout ratio is under 60%. What a payout ratio is essentially how much are companies making in earnings versus how much they're paying out in dividends. You don't want a company that's paying out everything that's already coming in the form of dividends. Otherwise, that basically means it's going to be really hard for them to raise that dividends over time. You want to buy into a stock that not only pays a good dividend now, but will likely raise a dividend bigger and bigger and bigger over future years, okay? So get a payout ratio under 60%. You can go on to something like Yahoo Finance and go to the dividends section. You'll be able to see essentially how much a stock pays as far as their payout ratio. That's very, very important, okay? Number 4, when you make that passive income, you get that dividend income in, okay? Make sure you're reinvesting that dividend money into either that same stock or other dividend paying stocks. So basically the amounts of money get bigger and bigger over time. That's how you really start to make some big money, okay? When you're taking that dividend money, reinvesting into more dividend stocks, and then the next year you make even more dividend money, and the next year even more, and the next thing you know, 10 years go by, 20 years go by, and all of a sudden you have a ton of money constantly coming in, passive income coming in, basically just through dividend stocks, okay? So once again, if you want to know everything to look for in stocks, you want a super in-depth course, check out my Becoming Master of the Stock Market course, or check out my private stock market membership group. That's going to be linked down there in the description. If not, that's fine. You can certainly make a lot of money from dividend investing and a lot of passive income, okay? That was number 3 of these 5. Let's get into the next one, number 4. Way number 4 out of these 5 on how you can make passive income is another one that you don't need any money behind you to get rolling with this one, okay? And is essentially writing an ebook of some kind. So a lot of people out there have something they're super passionate about, something they know very well, that you could write an ebook and actually sell this ebook, okay? And it used to be very complicated to sell a book back in the day. Essentially, like, you had to get a lot of writers to actually write the book, you had to help with that. Then you had to hopefully get a publishing company to publish a book. It was a really complicated project. It's not like that anymore, okay? You can literally get on your computer right now and write up an ebook, okay? And get that posted on kdp.amazon, okay? Which is essentially Kindle publishing, all right? And once you get up on that, which is not rocket science to get that book up on there, essentially you gotta have it in the right format to get it up on the website, and then you gotta enter in like all your personal information so they know who's actually selling the book and things like that. But it is not like something that takes days or weeks or months to like get up on Amazon. It's actually a really, really simple process, okay? So you get that up on Amazon, and then essentially now it's just your job to sell that book. So let's use an example. So as we go through these different things, I can give you an example. So let's say you're really into like minimalism, right? That's a huge thing right now. People are like all about that minimalist lifestyle. And so maybe you found like, maybe you used to not be a minimalist, like let's say in the past. And then over the past few years, you changed to minimalism, and you want to write a book on why minimalism is the greatest thing ever, and why you think it has made you so much happier, and why like somebody should do this, and how, like the steps they could take, okay? So you're like, I got this all figured out. I'm gonna write a book about minimalism. Okay, this is great, okay? Now we can move on to the next steps, okay? So essentially how you sell this book is some people on Amazon will likely just buy it. As long as you keyworded it right and all those sorts of things, which is gonna be very important, it can actually show up organically when people are searching for things like minimalist book or minimalism book or something like that, okay? And I know I actually have a book that's on Amazon, and I get like people that don't even know my YouTube channels or Instagram pages or anything like that, that just see the book and they're like, that seems pretty dang interesting. It's a book basically on how I went from no money to $200,000 before I was age 25. And a lot of people just see that and they're like, that's kind of interesting. That book still gets sales. I don't ever shout that out in the channel or in videos or on Instagram or anything like that. And that book actually still gets a lot of sales every single month. And most of it's actually just from people on Amazon that just see it and they're like, that looks like a pretty dang interesting book. I'm gonna go ahead and buy that, okay? So you're gonna get some Amazon buyers that just buy it organically, okay? Now, if you have any organic followers on social, you can sell the book to those folks. So let's say you have an Instagram page all around like minimalism or something like that, right? And you have these posts and you have 2,000 followers. And guess what? Now you can let those 2,000 followers know through your Instagram stories that, hey, you just got this new book, swipe up, go buy the new book or something like that. Or if you don't have the swipe up feature on Instagram, then you can essentially just let them know, hey, it's on Amazon now. Hey, if you want to check this out, it took me 5 months to write it or however long it took you to write it. And you say, hey man, I wrote this book, why it's changed my life, why this is the best, the steps I took. And I guarantee you some people are going to go out there and buy that book, okay? But then again, because they're minimalists, they actually might not buy the book because it might take up too much space. No, I'm just kidding, okay? So your organic followers on social, phenomenal. Whether you're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, doesn't matter, anything across the board. It's definitely a good way on how to get sales out there, okay? Running ads on Amazon. You could run ads directly. So let's say somebody typed in, minimalist book or something like that, okay? Essentially, you could run an ad that your book comes up right at the top, and if somebody clicks on that and buys it, you have to pay Amazon money. And even if somebody clicks on it and doesn't buy it, you still have to pay Amazon money. But the trick is you just want to make sure you're running the ads in the best way possible. And if your book cover is really good and your description of the book's very good, then there's a high probability that if somebody actually was to click on that and you had to pay Amazon the ad money of 35 cents or 50 cents or whatever it is to Amazon for that click, if you create a really good title and a really good cover and a really good description of the book, there's a pretty decent probability that you can actually get a sale from that person that clicked on there, okay? So which makes it kind of worth, paying Amazon a fee to essentially get it to the top of the search results, okay? The other ways you can run ads on a lot of different platforms, okay? Let's break these each down. Facebook, right? Facebook knows everything about everybody. If you're on Facebook, people talk about different things. It takes all that data in. You like certain pages, it can show up on there. So if let's say you create that minimalist book, you're going to likely be able to target specific people that have like specific pages on Facebook in relation to minimalism, or have been talking about that through their posts and things like that. Facebook has an incredible amount of data. That's why they're going to be, you know, one of the biggest companies in the world. They're already one of the biggest, but they'll continue to get bigger because they have so much data that if you're an advertiser of any kind, it makes sense. And it's the same exact situation there with Instagram. They know what pages you've liked. They know which posts you look at. They know, you know, how long you look at a post, all those sorts of things. The amount of data there is unbelievable. So you can run ads specifically targeting people that are into certain niches, like, you know, for example, for this was minimalism, right? It's a phenomenal way to do it. Google, I mean, Google search, everybody's searching everything. Google knows exactly what you're searching all the time. And guess what? You can run ads strictly to people that are searching certain terms out there. YouTube, people watch YouTube videos. Every single time you search something on YouTube, guess what? That data is being collected. And now, you know, advertisers can advertise to you based on the fact that you searched this type of video in the past, okay? I guarantee you this video is about passive income, and I can guarantee you're going to see some ads during the course of this video or at the end of it or something like that, where it's people trying to sell passive income related courses or affiliate marketing courses or something along those lines, because there's advertisers that are very intelligent. They're like, oh, people are interested in passive income. I have a passive income related product. Let me go ahead and sell that, okay? And this is how it's done. If you were searching how to go camping and you know, you were searching something on YouTube like what are the top 10 best tents for camping or something like that, I can guarantee you're going to get ads when you watch that video or future videos all around like tents and camping equipment and outdoors related products, okay? This is why Google's one of the biggest companies in the world. This is why Facebook will become one of the biggest companies in the world. They have all this data on what you're actually interested in. Advertisers go ahead and run ads to you essentially, which is why if you're doing something like writing an ebook, you have to use these platforms to advertise on, because they have all the data on exactly the type of customers you're trying to go after, okay? So that's number 4 out of 5 on how you can make some good passive income there. Let's get into the last one, number 5. Alrighty guys, last one, way number 5 of 5. Make sure you smash a thumbs up if you've made it this far in the video, okay? I know this is a longer video, but I want to explain all these into detail, okay? This last one, you can make so much money from this, is absolutely disgusting if this is done right, okay? And it's essentially setting up an affiliate website or blog. Affiliate meaning, basically what an affiliate means is you make a commission every time somebody buys a product from a clickable link that you set up, okay? And basically everybody has like affiliate programs out there, okay? It doesn't matter, you can talk about Amazon, Best Buy, it doesn't matter who you're talking about, almost every single retailer or company in general has an affiliate program of some kind. You can literally type in their name and then affiliate program, and most companies will come up, okay? So let me go ahead and do a good example for you guys so you can get an idea of like what an affiliate website blog would look like and exactly how you make money from this, okay? So let's just say essentially you're pretty passionate around electronics. You know a lot about electronics. You're always studying like what the new cameras are, what the new TVs are, what the new gaming consoles are, what the new video games are. You know a lot about electronics, and you could even niche this down by, you know, category by category. But you're keeping up to date with all this stuff. You have an immense amount of knowledge on these different products and services, okay, that are in the electronic space. So you go ahead and you set up a website or a blog in which you write articles essentially around what is the best TV, what's the best DSLR camera, what's the best action camera, what's the best drone. You write all these different articles and blogs, you keyword them so hopefully they come up in Google search, okay, when people are searching for different things, okay? People search, like let's say somebody goes on Google, right? This probably gets, you know, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of Google searches every single month, right? People search best DSLR camera, best action camera, best drone, best television, best 70-inch television. Category by category, people search these type of terms constantly in Google. And if you can be one of the first, let's say 3 to 5 websites or blogs that come up when people search these specific terms, the amount of money to be made if you have your affiliate set up is unbelievable, because people absolutely love reading these type of articles, okay? So essentially what you have, let's say you have an article on top 10 DSLR cameras, okay? Somebody was searching out best DSLR camera, your you know, search results were right up there, you know, top 10 article on DSLR cameras. A lot of people are going to see that. They're going to be like, oh man, I want to look at this. What's this guy saying about the top 10 DSLR cameras? What's his opinion on this? Why does he think this? And there comes up your article, and you got a camera by camera, starting at number 10, working your way all the way down to the best one, number 1. You have articles, basically you wrote tons of words on why that camera is an awesome DSLR, what the price point is, as many details as possible around that camera. And right at the bottom of each of those cameras, you have a clickable sales affiliate link that essentially says, hey, if you want to buy this camera today, you can click on this link directly, and it will take them directly to Amazon's website or Best Buy or whoever you have yours set up through, Walmart, whatever, okay? And essentially, as long as they buy within like a 48-hour period, you make money off of that sale. I used to do affiliate marketing many years ago, and I would make consistently like, $20 a day, $30 a day, $50 a day, and I wasn't even big into affiliate marketing. There are people that make tens of thousands of dollars of profit day in and day out through affiliate marketing. I'm not saying you can do that, but I'm saying the amount of money to be made in this category is absolutely ridiculous, because these type of search items are coming up all the time in Google, and as long as you're up there somewhat toward the top, you can end up essentially coming up on there. People click on that, and then a lot of people end up buying directly from an article because they read all about this camera, they're excited, they want to go ahead and buy it, they go ahead and go on Amazon, and then even if they don't buy it right then that second, as long as they clicked on that link and they buy within the next 48 hours, you still end up making money off that. And it all depends, different products or different categories. Sometimes you get 3% of whatever basically the purchase price was. So let's say somebody buys a $1,000 product and you got 3%. You just made 30 bucks. 30 bucks. You didn't do anything other than write an article, right? You're not like actually building the product. You're not doing anything like that. You wrote an article on why that product's good, and you just made 30 bucks from that because somebody clicked on that. And then some product categories are like 6%. So imagine somebody buys like a $1,000 product on there, $1,000 DSLR or something like that, right? You just made 60 bucks off that. You didn't have to do anything other than write this article, okay? So this is going to be a phenomenal way of making passive income. And the best thing about this is, as long as you're somewhat up toward the top, like these articles can get clicked on for years to go in the future, and you don't have to put any work at all. You wrote this article months ago, and it's still getting up there in search. People are still clicking those links, and you're still making money day after day after day of passive income through something like, basically affiliates on a website or blog, guys. So this was the top 5 passive income ideas for 2020 and moving into future years. Make sure you guys take advantage of at least one of these going into 2020, if not 2. I hope you guys absolutely kill it with passive income. It is a game changer. Passive income is an amazing thing. And make sure you smash the thumbs up button if you enjoy me taking the time to share this with you here today. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.